Do we actually find photographs or do we craft them? That's the thought that has been following me on today's walk. And it's one of those questions that doesn't have a simple answer, but maybe that's why exactly it's worth thinking about. You know that moment when you are traveling or wandering through your neighborhood and something suddenly catches your eye. It could be a reflection in a window or a strong shadow, a strange detail. That moment feels like the photograph itself, almost as if the picture already exists and all you have to do is press the shutter. But in my case, it usually doesn't end there. That first spark is just the starting point. I almost always work the scene a little, try a different angle, step closer, step back, look at how the light falls, how lines intersect. The thing that caught my eye might still be the heart of the picture, but very often it shifts into something else. Sometimes it becomes part of a larger composition, sometimes it turns out to be only a supporting element. And that's where this question deepens. Is the photograph the moment of noticing, or is it the result of all those adjustments? Because very often the final image ends up looking quite different from what I first saw. In fact, sometimes the initial spark disappears almost completely in the final frame. It's like the photograph takes on a life of its own. This makes me wonder about the nature of photography itself. Is it about finding, noticing what's already there, or is it about making, crafting an image through choices of angle, light, framing, editing? I don't think there's a right answer. Some photographers, like Gary Winogrand, would shoot instinctively and almost never crop. Others might spend hours refining a single scene or image until it's built layer by layer. Both approaches are valid, they just live at different points on this spectrum of finding versus making. For me, I would say I am somewhere in the middle. My final images are usually quite close to what I noticed in the very beginning, but rarely identical. There is almost always some refining, some framing, some shaping. The camera never just records, it always transforms. So I will leave you with this thought. When you photograph, how close is your final frame to that first spark? Do you capture it quickly and move on, or do you work this in until the photograph becomes something else entirely? I would love to hear how you approach it, because I think this balance between finding and crafting is one of the most fascinating parts of photography.